Have you ever slept a full 8 hours, yet upon opening your eyes, you feel as if you've been completely drained of life? Not ordinary tiredness, but a fatigue that's hard to name, the body exhausted despite having slept enough, muscles and joints aching for no clear reason, or perhaps sweat soaking your shirt, even though last night wasn't hot at all. People often think cancer is often a thing that's unexpected, a diagnosis arriving when it's already too late. But do you know there are signs very early, very small, and sometimes it appears right when you've just opened your eyes in the morning. The problem is we often ignore them, thinking that they are just signs of old age. Therefore, in today's video, I want to share with you 5 signals after waking up that older adults absolutely should not ignore, especially if you still maintain regular exercise. Yet your body feels something is not right. Because listening to your own body is not something far-fetched. It begins with things that are very familiar: a strange fatigue, a prolonged cough, or weight loss for no clear reason. If you have ever felt different each morning, please stay until the video's end. Who knows, just a little attention might just help you detect something important at the right time. Let's begin with the first sign in today's video: exhaustion after sufficient sleep, an unusual sign. You might sleep a full 8 hours, feel no pain anywhere, yet still have to sit a while before you can stand. That really is not laziness, but it might be a sign of early-stage blood cancer. After age 60, people often think, I'm probably just tired from old age. Waking up sluggish, but not wanting to get up, having truly no strength for a few steps. They consider it normal. But if you have slept enough, not stayed up late, not overexerted yourself, yet still feel utterly exhausted upon waking, that is a sign your body is secretly fighting something deep within. And sometimes that thing is not merely old age, but a type of cancer silently developing, gradually draining your precious life energy without you even knowing. According to the American Cancer Society, ACS, prolonged fatigue, particularly in the morning, is one of the early symptoms of many cancer types, including blood, liver, kidney, and lung cancer. When cancer cells grow, they consume a lot of the body's energy, leading to a state of persistent fatigue despite having rested sufficiently. Mr. Richards, 72 years old in Oregon, once thought he only had mild weakness due to morning fatigue. But after a fall due to unsteadiness upon waking, his daughter took him to see a doctor. The result? He was diagnosed with early-stage blood cancer. Thanks to early detection, he received effective treatment and maintains a stable physical condition. Conversely, Mrs. June, 75 years old in Ohio, was complacent about her morning fatigue for nearly a year. When her lung cancer was discovered, she was already in a late stage with few treatment options remaining. If you keep thinking fatigue is just an age thing, you will miss one of the most important warnings. And when the cancer has grown large enough to cause obvious pain, it might already be too late. Do not let a tired morning become the starting point for a treatment journey filled with regret. Monitor your morning fatigue for 1 week. If after 7 to 10 days of adequate sleep you are still utterly exhausted, visit a doctor to get some basic blood tests. Do not hesitate to request cancer screening tests if there are additional signs such as weight loss, a slight afternoon fever, or a loss of appetite. Light exercise in the morning also helps you to observe your body's own endurance more clearly. Old age does not mean having prolonged fatigue. Your body still retains its signaling ability, provided you are willing to listen. And sometimes taking action merely begins with a simple question. Why today, after a full night's sleep, do I still feel I have no energy? And if you frequently awaken midnight with your shirt drenched in sweat, though it is not hot at all, that might be the next signal your body is trying to send you. If you wake, shirt soaked, but the AC is on, don't dry off and go back to sleep, because your body might be signaling a tumor that has just grown silently. At this age, night sweats are often attributed to age, to hormones, or simply that the body just heated up a little bit. But what makes it dangerous is precisely because it is often ignored, even though in reality, night sweats without a clear reason can be an early sign of certain types of cancer such as lymphoma, leukemia, or lung cancer. If you wake up many consecutive nights drenched in sweat, even if it is cool, the air conditioner is on, and you have no fever, then that is no longer normal. It is a gentle yet persistent alarm bell from your body. According to Mayo Clinic and the American Cancer Society, night sweats which are not related to the weather or room temperature are among the early symptoms of certain types of blood cancers, such as lymphoma or leukemia. The body reacts to the development of abnormal cells by increasing its metabolism and causing disruptions to the thermoregulatory system, which leads to sweating while sleeping. Mr. Walter, 74 years old in Illinois, once thought he dreamt and got hot when he persistently sweated and wet his pillow. After noticing the sign persisted for over 3 weeks, he finally went for a checkup and was diagnosed with early-stage lymphoma. Thanks to the early detection, he started a mild treatment and currently remains quite healthy, taking a walk each morning. Conversely, Mrs. Nancy, 77 years old in California, hid from her children that she was drenched every night because she thought it was an old age thing. Upon being hospitalized for difficulty breathing and fatigue, she then found out she had widespread blood cancer. A body drenched in sweat night after night that is not listened to can be a forgotten cry for help. And while you keep assuming it is just an endocrine or sleep issue, disease cells silently multiply, gradually occupying the healthy living space inside you. If you experience night sweats 3 or more times per week, while the room temperature is normal and there is no infection, visit a doctor for a checkup. Record the timing, intensity, and accompanying sensations like fatigue, weight loss, or a persistent low-grade fever. Engage in light daytime exercise. Keep the bedroom cool, but if the condition still does not change, it is no longer a summer issue. The body always has its own way of telling you that something is happening. And in the darkness of night, sometimes it is those very drops of sweat that are the first light leading you to timely detection. Do not hastily wipe it dry and forget. Please listen. And if each morning upon waking you feel sore, your joints aching when the previous night you did nothing heavy, then do not hastily blame your sleeping position. If your joints already ache before you have even left the bed, then do not blame your pillow. Perhaps, inside your body, cancer has begun to touch the marrow. We often accept aches and pains as we get older as something, of course. Waking from sleep, shoulder pain, tired back, legs stiff, unable to lift, then tell yourself, surely slept in a bad position. Then continue a new day with a weary body. But what very few people pay attention to is this: a persistent, dull ache appearing for no reason, lasting into the early morning. Sometimes it does not come from the bones and joints, but from silent changes deep within, which can include early signs of bone cancer, blood cancer, or spinal metastases. According to the United States National Cancer Institute, NCI, muscle and joint pain in the morning without a clear cause, especially when there was no strenuous activity the day before, can be related to blood cancer, bone cancer, cancer, or tumors affecting the musculoskeletal system. These types of cancer often cause inflammation or compressed nerves, leading to joint pain and fatigue in the early morning before the body gets moving. Mr. John, 76 years old in Colorado, experienced hip pain every early morning for nearly 2 months. He assumed it was his old mattress, so he changed mattresses, then his sleeping posture. But when the pain spread to his thigh and made walking difficult, doctors discovered he had a bone tumor in his pelvic region, luckily still in an early stage. Conversely, Mrs. Martha, 79 years old in Missouri, endured a dull shoulder ache every morning for almost a year, thinking it was arthritis. When her blood cancer was finally discovered, her joints had already been severely affected, which made her treatment become significantly more challenging. If you let the pain persist day after day, it will not only affect your gait, but also reduce your body's mobility bit by bit. And once cancer has spread to the joints, each step is not just painful. It is a battle. If you have joint pain every morning without a clear reason, record the time of pain, location, and severity. Bring it when you see the doctor. Do not hesitate to request blood tests or imaging for a more thorough check. While awaiting a diagnosis, practice some gentle morning stretches and pay attention to whether the pain gradually lessens after movement. That is a crucial piece of information. Old age can bring some aches and pains, But not all pain is normal. There are pains that are speaking for a part of your body that currently needs attention, that currently needs help. Therefore, when your joints cry out each morning, listen instead of ignoring it. If you're still watching and find this information helpful, feel free to drop a 3 in the comments below to let us know. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider hitting that follow button and the bell so you don't miss out on our new videos. Your support really helps us continue creating useful and inspiring content for you. Suddenly you lose weight rapidly, despite eating normally, not exercising much. Then that is no longer a matter of slimming down a bit to feel lighter. You are not dieting, not working out, yet each morning, stepping on the scale reveals you are another pound lighter. That should not make you happy, but should make you worry, because possibly cancer is silently taking away parts of your body. From age 60 onwards, many people often notice their bodies change, eating less, moving more slowly. Therefore, when losing weight, they easily think simply that it's probably due to age or eating less is good anyway. But if you are not dieting at all, not doing additional exercise, not altering your lifestyle habits, yet you still lose noticeable weight within a short period, that is what your body is warning you about, especially when you lose more than 5% of your body weight in just 1 to 2 months. This can be an early sign of many cancer types like pancreatic, stomach, lung, or liver cancer. According to the Mayo Clinic and the American Cancer Society, unintentional weight loss is one of the most frequently observed signs in patients with early-stage cancer, particularly for cancers of the digestive system and lungs. The metabolic processes change due to developing cancer cells, causing the body to burn significantly more energy, even if the patient is not exercising more or eating less food. Mr. Leonard, 78 years old in Minnesota, lost nearly 8 pounds, approximately 3 to 6 kilograms, in just 2 months despite still eating normally. Initially, he thought probably just old, so I'm getting lighter. But his daughter insisted on taking him to a doctor. The result? Early-stage stomach cancer was detected, operated on in time. Conversely, Mrs. Alice, 80 years old in Arizona, lost over 10 pounds, approximately 4 pounds, 5 kilograms, in 3 months, but refused to see a doctor because she felt still healthy. When fatigue eventually appeared, doctors discovered her liver cancer had already spread widely, leaving very few treatment options. A few lost pounds might not worry you until you no longer have the strength to walk as before. Clothes are strangely loose, and your body wearies day by day. This getting lighter is not always a good thing. Sometimes it is the body gradually running out of vitality from deep within. Monitor your weight every week. If you lose more than 4 to 5 pounds, approximately 8 to 3 kilograms, in 1 to 2 months without changing your diet or lifestyle, see a doctor for a checkup. Combine with blood tests, ultrasound, or CT scans if needed. Do not let the silence of the scale deceive you. Also pay attention to sensations like a poor appetite, indigestion, or any unusual feelings of fatigue. There are things that seem good, but are actually the first sign of something wrong. So if you find yourself getting lighter without any effort, please pause for a moment. Listen much more carefully, because it is possible your body needs to be protected more than ever before. And finally, if every morning upon waking, you persistently have a dry cough or phlegm without having a cold, not smoking, nor having exercised strenuously the day before, then do not quickly dismiss it. Each morning you cough some, then forget again. But while you forget, cancer does not forget. It is infiltrating your lungs one day at a time. Older adults often cough early in the morning. Some say due to a dry throat. Others think old age slows reflexes. But if you cough every morning, your cough persists for weeks, especially when you have no cold, you do not smoke, you did no heavy exercise, yet the symptom still appears. Then that is no longer a trivial matter. Such coughs may be an early manifestation of lung cancer or perhaps a serious respiratory illness. And the most dangerous thing is, it is not painful, so you often choose to ignore it. According to the American Lung Association, a persistent cough, especially a dry cough in the morning, is one of the common early signs of lung cancer, particularly in older adults. This can occur even if the patient has never smoked a cigarette. When cancer cells develop within the lungs, they stimulate the airways, thereby causing a persistent cough that is not due to any external factors. Mr. Bruce, 80 years old in Michigan, started coughing lightly every morning for over 2 months. He thought it was allergies or the weather, but when his grandchild heard his cough worsening, they took him for a checkup. The result? Early-stage lung cancer, timely treatment with radiation therapy. Now he still walks every day. He no longer has a cough. Conversely, Mrs. Louise, 77 in Nevada, was complacent about her morning cough for half a year. When she started feeling mild chest pain and fatigue, the disease had spread to the other lung. Treatment became more difficult. Each morning you cough a little, then dismiss it. But cancer does not dismiss you. It develops silently behind every little cough, until one day the cough is no longer just a symptom, but the opening punctuation for a journey full of challenges. If you cough every morning for over 2 or 3 weeks, not due to a cold or weather changes, see a doctor immediately. Record the time of coughing, its nature, dry or with phlegm, its color, if accompanied by tiredness, chest pain, or weight loss. Do not just use lozenges or ginger tea to soothe it. Find the root cause. Every morning waking up is an opportunity to live healthier. And if the cough still follows you throughout the new days, do not ignore it, because that very cough might be the first thing your body says to you. Listen to me before it's too late. We often pay attention to the big things, the number of doctor visits, lab test results, the figures measured by various machines, but forget that the body always whispers to us first, every morning. A strange pain upon just opening her eyes, a lingering feeling of fatigue despite not much activity, a little something unusual, sometimes is precisely the chance for early detection. And do you know, at this age, listening to your body is not an act born of fear, but rather a way of showing love for yourself. You can still engage in regular exercise, still walk around the house each morning, still maintain good habits for yourself, but at the same time, please notice the small changes taking place, because your body always messages you before the doctor, if you just listen. And if you should hear something unusual tomorrow morning, do not ignore it. Perhaps that is the reason you are still here for another spring season. If you found today's video useful, please share it with your loved ones and friends, those who are also silently striving every day to live healthily. And if you've experienced any of these signs, please feel free to share your story in the comments below. Your experience could truly be the gentle reminder someone else needs to hear. May you always awaken with a feeling of lightness, a body that's truly reliable, and a mind fully ready to welcome the new day with deep thankfulness and sharp, clear alertness.